Scholars tell us that after the Spanish, Florida's frontier was settled by a hardy group of immigrants, many of Scots descent, that became the ancestors of the folks we call crackers. I look at the music that reflects the history and values of this unique people.
I grew up playing music and listening to music, most of square dance tunes and stuff like that we'd play. One thing you don't see this day and age is a piano and fiddle together.
Central Florida singer-songwriter Frank Thomas remembers growing up in a rural area in the northern part of the state.
Anybody that had a piano in their house, well, they'd all bunch up there and have a doings and fiddle and piano together. It was quite a sound.
Back in the 20s and 30s when they would have barn dances, every weekend, big dance. And the music that was being played in there before Hank Williams and before the Nashville crooners came out was cracker music, and that's what they called it. And it was a term of endearment.
Pete Gallagher, a freelance writer based in St. Petersburg, explains that many native Floridians grew up living the life of a Florida cracker, one who is close to the land and for whom old times are not forgotten. Although the word can be a derogatory term, many crackers themselves claim a lineage from the earliest English-speaking settlers who migrated south at the start of the 19th century.
It's different values, and yeah, we got a little different mentality on things. And if you think about it, I think you can go all the way back to Europe with that. With the Celts, I think they pretty much settled in the south, and the English pretty much settled in the north. They wanted fences, and they wanted to paint their houses and all that. The Celts come on down in the south and let the cattle run free out, and they wanted to party and have fun, and they didn't paint their houses, and it's just a different lifestyle. It's rare that you're going to see a cracker out running with nothing after him, just to run. But you'll see that, a lot of people from up north, they'll do that. They'll come down here and they'll run and carry on like that.
They started their migration before the 1800s. They were an independent breed, tough and resourceful, living off the land. And this Florida sand would fill their needs. To its hardships they paid little heed.
Today's cracker music is being written by people like Frank Thomas, who many consider the last of a generation of Florida songwriters that included Gamble Rogers, Don Grooms, and Will McLean. But he's not the only one to celebrate the lifeways and the values of another time. Tampa songwriter Bobby Hicks has spent the last 25 years singing about Florida, its people, and the traditions they represent.
They never had too much, but they always found enough. Never gave much thought to how rough times were. 'Cause it's easy to be proud when you're a cracker. Something deep inside you helps you find your way.
Our ancestors didn't play cracker music. They played like old-time string band and whatever entertainment there was. Cracker music is where the crackers now play music to honor the memory and the history and our respective heritage as crackers. So it's really our songs basically are trying to honor our forefathers.
Captive in Flamingo Bay.
I'll never forget one day we were playing and one of the guys in the back hollered, "Do something with it." And I'll never forget that.
North Florida singer-songwriter Whitey Markle.
Don't just go out in public and sing it. Tell people what to do with it. Why are you doing it? What can be done from here? So that's what I try to do with my music. I try to do something with it. Tell people what the culture is and that we're proud of it and how to use the culture, how to be a cracker, I guess you'd say.
Feet start to jumping up and down, and it comes out the cracker stomp. Hey, hey, the cracker stomp.
Markle says he enjoys living in the woods south of Gainesville, but like the others, he laments the lifestyle changes that are part of a rapidly growing Florida.
Well, one thing that I think about when I think about a cracker man or a cracker woman is courtesy and honesty. It's something that's rapidly disappearing. Me first is what's going on today. That's what I see. And respect for that other guy's wishes, do unto others. Why is that guy living there the way he's living? Well, it's because he wants to be living that way. Don't be banging on him. That's his trip. Respect for the neighbor is something that's disappearing.
Perhaps modern-day cracker music is more an attitude than a type. written to be sung on the porch rather than the stage, a throwback to a working life in the open air and the Florida sun.
I could take Frank Thomas' song and have someone else sing it, and it wouldn't come out the same way. You wouldn't have that deep Bull Gator attitude and voice that Frank has, or that Bobby Hicks guttural from the earth voice for the music.
I think you got a genre of music now that's you might want to call Florida music. I don't know if it's just strictly cracker or not, but it's a lot of people are writing songs that are about Florida. And, a lot of us are crackers and write about crackers.
And though our numbers may be few, there are still one or two who can still crack a cow whip real loud, working the land their great-grandfathers plowed.
I'm Bill Dudley. With funding from the Florida Department of State Division of Cultural Affairs, this report was produced by the Florida Humanities Council. Visit us on the web at flahum.org.